You know what? I'm not surprised this video was made. How you doing, Rogamaniacs? Welcome to another video. And this video that we're going to be talking about, this video we're going to be reacting to, let me put it up right here. This video is very important that we all watch it together. I'm going to be talking about a few points about it because it's basically talking about how nightclubs and their promotions on the shout chat in many different cities have become very blatant about what they are, what they do. They're promoting gambling, they're promoting R18 stuff. You know what that means? It's very sexually explicit. So because of this video was made pretty much like a warning to parents and how Final Fantasy 14 is no longer safe for children. That's pretty much it. And I kind of agree with it, although some of his comments in his video are a little bit too much of a hyperbole. But we need to get into this. I know 14 has a problem with moderation, and we're going to be talking about that as well. So let's go ahead and jump into it right now.
I love Final Fantasy, and I love Final Fantasy 14. I've loved it since I started back in A Realm Reborn. I love the world, the lore, the characters. I love most of the players, and most of the players love me. But now that me and other...
Sorry, I didn't mean to... that. Alright, but now that me and other Final Fantasy players are starting to get in our 30s and 40s...
Final Fantasy fans are starting to get to our 30s and 40s.
Is this... I think I know what realm this is. Because I've seen this female Rogan in the same spot. This is probably in Crystal.
These worlds are no longer explored alone. We have adventuring companions,
or Primal.
partners, loved ones, and our children. Now, honestly, I don't have a child yet. But if I had one, would I have liked for them to play this game? Yeah, of course. Go on adventures with the cast, experience the story, both happy and sad parts, join a guild and farm mounts in the extreme trials. The same things that I did when I was younger. Absolutely. But nowadays, I can't. I wouldn't.
Why not?
Because right there in public, in the main city of the game, you see things like Art Lab's Midnight Breed awaits. Seduce and be seduced in captivating creature glam. Book.
I'm not gonna lie, brother. I seen this type of stuff. They're definitely not being sought anymore. It happens in Crystal, go to Matthias or Balmung. This is all over the place, not just in Limsa, but in Ul'dah. This is happening since the beginning of the game, but now they're being more blatant about it. And honestly, I think I know what this video is going. Keep watching.
Blind date for heart-pounding encounters fueled by erotic tension. In recent years, players have taken to converting their player housing into erotic roleplay venues and nightclubs. These have no age requirement and are accessible to all. And they offer services like girls and boys who will heat you up. Have a good time with our courts and dance the night away.
You know what else? Sorry to stop the video again. You know what else? This type of stuff is very blatant now. And you also have a bunch of DJs. And there's also, like on this 18 plus venues, those DJs are actually streaming. They're not showing you the mods, but they're streaming. Now, I personally know of DJs who have their 18 plus venues, but they never do this type of stuff. They're actually very reserved and they know when to promote it. And they always say 18 plus, and they're very vigilant on who joins the club. I've been in some of these clubs just for fun, right? And I've seen them remove people who they deem they're either too young or too disgusting. But yeah, this is something that happens. I think it also happens in Warcraft. I don't know. But with actual DJs and all that, I haven't seen that type of thing in Warcraft, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, this is a thing that happens in 14. But yeah, they're being very blatant about it.
Stands for courtesans or prostitutes. These are players who you can pay money to, and they will do erotic roleplay with you and even perform custom sex animations with your character. They also offer gambling in the form of text-based blackjack, again with no age requirement.
I never gamble. Yeah, every time I go to the nightclubs, I never gamble. unless it's for fun and for a low amount of money. That's very rare. The nightclubs I often go to are the ones that Sly hosts every now and then, every Saturday, first Saturday. I used to go there a lot, not anymore. I can tell you that people do pay a lot, a pretty penny, like a lot of money, just to have a sexual intercourse. Text, of course, text. But I'm gonna go even further. Something that's not talked about. You just don't do text. I know, because the people have told me. Also do it with voice in Discord. Just saying. But so far, I think I know what's going on with this video.
I think it's also important to mention that a majority of ads include links to websites and Discord servers, both of which contain inappropriate content. These are things that Square Enix is well aware of. Multiple threads have been made on the official forums notifying Square of this issue, with players overwhelmingly agreeing that something needs to be done about it. These forum threads are swiftly deleted by the administrators. But it doesn't stop at online gambling and prostitution. Nudity and sexual mods are also a massive issue. I can demonstrate it to you with a hypothetical. Let's say your 14-year-old daughter is playing FF14, and she's having a great time. Her friends tell her of a cosplay contest that's scheduled to take place in a nightclub, but this contest is special. You don't have to use the thousands of in-game items to create your outfit, you can use mods. This is possible through a plugin called Mare Synchronous, which shares your character's visual mods with other players and their mods with you. Each nightclub has their own share code, and entering this code into the plugin syncs your character's appearance with everyone else using the same code. And so, your daughter installs the plugin with—
Here's something. 2,300, almost 2,400 people are using this mod. 2,400 people are using this mod. Many of them are not using it for R18 plus activities. Many of them are using it because they like the mores that they get from other websites, having fun. They're actually role playing, not ERP. But yeah, that's a big number. That is a big number. I think it's even bigger now. I had to check because I do have that synchronous. That's how I hang out with some of the people. We don't do anything bad, right? But yeah, it's like it works like that. Yeah, you synchronize to the clubs, and you see other people. But worse than that, and yes, you will see certain animations that you're not supposed to see. That's a thing that happens. But let's carry on.
Appearance with everyone else using the same code. And so, your daughter installs the plugin with the help of very simple online tutorials and downloads a bunch of clothing mods. Nothing about this is alarming yet, this is all very safe.
One more thing I want to say, one caveat. A problem about downloading mods. The most popular archive, that's in 14, is not properly moderated. Go to the main website and see some unhinged shit. I'm not even joking. You will see some disgusting things that you have to wonder, how was this even allowed? How do I know so much about mods? Because I make mods for 14. I made the Paladin Judgment armor. And for Final Fantasy 14, and I have learned a lot about the modding community. There's a lot of great people there, but there's also people who make mods that are really, really bad. There was even a Hitler mod. Just leave it at that. There was even a swastika mod. At least those ones are taken down. But still, you know.
She goes to the cosplay contest, she has a great time, the venue has a strict no nudity rule, and that's that. But the code that she entered in Mare Synchronous for that specific nightclub does not get disabled when she leaves the house. And wherever she goes, other players who have also entered this code at any point in the past, present, or future will be sharing their mods with her. So now, she could teleport to the main city of the game and be fully exposed to an orgy. Like, fully. Huge cocks going into huge pussies.
That's gonna be
orgy.
The thumbnail for this video.
Fully. Huge cocks.
This is gonna be a thumbnail for the video. But I want to talk about this. Hold on. According to them, let me go back a bit. She has the club mayor, right? That means when she's out of the club, she might stumble upon these people who were on the club who have the same synchronous code, right? So they have to be like very specific. It's not just any random person that has Mare, you're gonna see them. That's not how Mare works. Mare works connected to the same code. So like he's showing right here, the same code, right? So this means that when he saw these this right, when his personal experience, when he saw this, that means that the people sharing the code, right, were basically they were sharing the code. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, brain fart. Basically, yeah, he teleported, and the people that are sharing the same code were there.
Fully. Huge cocks going into huge pussies, full nudity, full penetration. And truth be told, this is not really a hypothetical. This is something that actually happened to us when we explored this modding scene. I would show you, but unfortunately Square Enix has issued a copyright strike against—
Okay, hold on. I got sorry I'm stopping so much. Truth be told, this is not really hypothetical. Something that actually happened to us when we explored this modding scene. So that means he already had a code for that modding scene specifically. And when he teleported to Limsa, apparently, because that looks like Limsa, he saw this massive orgy. That means those people were sharing the same code he has. Okay. Yeah, that, I'm not gonna lie. I use Mare, but I don't have a global code because there's also a Mare global code. Did you guys not know that? Well, I'm telling you right now. There's a Mare global code that people put for different data centers that allows you to view the people who have the same code. They have to have the same code for you to see this type of stuff. Now, I have a Mare code that I don't see the type of stuff because the Mare code that I have are from people who don't use this explicit stuff. Just use very sexy glamours and that's it, right? So it's, I guess whoever he was, exploring in modding scene, they had that code and they were doing some nasty stuff. Limsa, which is Limsa.
scene. I would show you, but unfortunately Square Enix has issued a copyright strike against my video exposing these issues. So
I mean, you can't even show it on YouTube. They're gonna ban you because if you're showing something so, they're gonna delete your video. And don't even bother trying to reach out to Square or anything. They're not even gonna restore it. Not because of the mods, but because of the explicit content in it.
do believe now that it's in YouTube's system, I'm not even allowed to show clips of it. But yes, we teleported to the main city and we were exposed to sexual content without having consented to it. We didn't know who these people were. We didn't know which code allowed us to see them, which nightclub these people were from. So
here's the thing. On Mare, you can choose which Mare account is active. You can actually disable it. So that's something just to let you guys know. If you go to a nightclub, make sure that after you're done with the nightclub, you disable your Mare.
Square Enix is perfectly aware of the aforementioned issues, yet they would rather sweep everything under the rug. This is because while lore nerds and raiders only pay the subscription fee for a certain number of months, the Coomers stay subbed. So
I kind of want to know where he got this chart. Like where exactly he got this data about the Gooners and all that, because that's something I would like to dive into. The good analytics to explore, right? I wonder where he got this from. I wanna explore this even further, because our peers are usually mixed in with the Gooners, which is not fair. A lot of our peers are very dedicated to the craft. The Gooners are just like a different set of people.
it is financially beneficial for—
But I also want to say that Square Enix has been dropping the ball so much regarding this type of stuff, like that. I don't think it's because it's beneficial for Square Enix. I'm gonna talk about this in a moment, but they need to do better.
Square to turn a blind eye and let the porn addicts turn their game
In something here. This chart is confusing. 29%, 33%, and 100%. The math ain't mathing.
Into the new Second Life, which is perfectly fine if that's what they choose to do, but then you need to update your terms of service. This is fucking rancid. These words were originally planned to be part of a bigger video, namely Underbelly Part 2. But with the copyright strike on my modding scene video, I cannot spend like 5 months making a video that's gonna get taken down by Square. It's pointless. And of course, no response to our email, so no concrete idea as to what exactly they saw an issue with. And the only...
So here's the thing. You're not supposed to show videos of actual mods within Final Fantasy XIV on YouTube, because Enix will strike them down and they will never ever respond or even take away the copyright strike. I'll let you know.
The reason I wanted to bring up the prior points and not just walk away was because during research a couple of months ago, I stumbled across a bunch of forum posts of inquisitive parents asking if their children should play FF14. And as expected, half of the comments went, yeah, of course, such a nice community, such a nice game, and the other half were like, no, there's gooners in each major city advertising ERP in a loop. And the weird thing was, the people advising against children joining FF14 were heavily argued against in the replies. Like, I've never seen anything like that, and you won't see that unless you go looking for it.
Oh my god, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that because this is something that I actually had a conversation with someone about this. I want to talk about this. Let me finish the video.
What are you, insane? Like, why are you so adamant of keeping up the spiel of we're the nicest community on the internet, we're like a big family? Like, dude, I'm from Team Fortress 2, you can't fool me with that horseshit. I've seen where that leads. It leads to a dead community. You need to stop.
To be honest, Team Fortress 2 dead communities because Valve abandoned them.
It
had nothing to do with the community itself. Valve pretty much abandoned.
It's before they start making themselves at home instead.
Here's the thing.
Of just pretending that they don't exist. So anyway, this is the end of FF14. I'm not gonna make videos if they get taken down by some salaryman in a store-bought suit. That being said, I still kinda wanna make the lore videos on this other channel that I've been planning, although now it won't be for the love of the game, now it's just ire. I'll do it so people can experience the lore without having to buy Square's product. And hey, maybe I'll save some children from being groomed by the player base that they refuse to control. Also, I do believe Square Enix...
That's a bit hyperbole right there. That's a little bit too much of a hyperbole. Just saying, that's too much of a hyperbole right there. A little bit too extreme. I'm gonna talk about the whole kid stuff.
Has made a mistake. Instead of opening a dialogue with us or issuing a cease and desist, they instead went for YouTube's copyright system, which means, legally, we are still allowed to share the modding scene video. So viewers, in the description, you will find links to both stream and download the original video. If we do get served a legal notice from Square, we will have to take them down, so grab them while they're hot. Anyway, that's all. I just want to throw a right hook at Square and give the modding scene video back to you. I'm gonna go make a 2-hour-long video essay about TF2. Goodbye.
So, things about this video, it's a good video. It's basically saying one of the main problems with 14, it doesn't have moderation. And I can bring another example. It's not necessarily about the whole adult stuff, but I'm talking about an example about bad moderation in 14. Recently, Final Fantasy 14 top PvPers were caught doing win trading. Not only that, less than a year ago, yeah, there was about a year ago or something like that, there was this dude literally hacking on Crystalline Conflict and nothing was being done. He was getting away with it. And Elias Blue, I think that was his name. The moderation 14 is really, really bad. It's bad. There's constant people who are harassing other players, stalking. I didn't know these things were happening. So that's gonna bring me to this point. There is a right. This point about the community being super nice. Here's the problem. I had an argument about this a while ago. People don't see it because they're not paying attention. It's not because you're looking for it or anything like that. They're so focused in their own, how do you say, in their own circle, in their own little hug box, which is nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But they're so focused on that they don't realize that there's many things happening in the game that are really, really bad. For me, when I started to see this type of things as a rogue maniac, I was like, holy crap, there's so many bad things happening in this game. Stalking, harassment, doxing. Okay? So when someone says, oh, like he's saying here in this one, I never see anything like that. You won't see ERP on the for it. That is a lie. That is a lie. It's not that you're going to look for it. It's being splattered all over your damn screen over people who are making those big shout chats. Okay? They make the big shouts and you're going to see it. They're going to be saying things like that. And it's not that you're looking for it. No, this type of people who are saying, oh, I never seen anything like that, they're not paying attention because they're in this little circle, this little hog box of theirs, right? And they're not paying attention to what's happening outside of that. For them, the game is perfect. I'm just go in, raid, do my dailies, get out. I barely experienced any toxicity. You know what? I was like that. I never experienced toxicity. I can't spell that word because I'm Puerto Rican, whatever. But I never experienced toxic behavior in 14 until starting gaining some popularity as a rogue maniac. And when I started going into like Party Finder, also toxicity there. When I started going to seeing some clubs, there were people being incredibly toxic, saying the most unhinged shit you're gonna find, and they were getting booed out of the clubs, of course. Usually, the club night scene is really nice. It's just go in, have fun, talk to people, you socialize. I'm an introvert. I don't like to socialize, but in game, I like it. I don't understand. I'm weird like that. But people who say I never see anything like that, it's just because you don't see it doesn't mean you can continue to ignore it. This is a problem that's happening in the game, and we need to continue to call it out for what it is. Okay? Now, he was a little bit of a hyperbole here, like, oh, no. Yeah, like he's saying here, Star Pretend doesn't exist. It does exist. We need to come as a community and demand Square to do better. Forum posts have been made and getting deleted. This is true. There's a lot of lack of moderation in Final Fantasy 14. Let's not forget the whole player content ID drama that's right now happening. That the players' information about their characters and their alternate characters and their oh my god, I forgot, the retainers, they're also getting exposed out there. That thing is happening right now. There's very little moderation in 14. Where Enix needs to do better. This is their golden goose, and they're treating it like crap. And I don't think it's because Yoshi P creative business unit. No, I think where Enix is not giving them enough funding to get more people to moderate the game. That's my opinion. I think that's what's happening because it makes no sense to fail so hard, give us such many problems that have been happening for years, and nothing's being done about. There's win trading in PvP. There's people hacking walls to get. I don't know if you guys know this. This is not very well done. Not done. Known. Not very well known. There's people hacking walls in the game right now very easily. And what they're doing is that they go into a savage, right? And in that savage, this big mechanic is coming in, right? They can go in through a wall, avoid the mechanic, and go back in and continue fighting. So that's happening. There's no moderation. And it's easy to blame the mods. Let me say something. Mods are indeed a problem. I agree. And something needs to be done. If Square is going to go ahead and shut down all the mods, so be it. So be it. But there's a reason why people make mods and make quality of life mods. That's because the game is lacking a lot of quality of life changes. We see a lot of great quality of life changes in the mobile version that a lot of people want in the game. And we're going to get that in the future. Who knows? But yeah, right now, honestly, brother, this video was okay. It's good to like spread awareness and to also like tell people, hey, Square Enix does a bad job. Now, if I had a kid, would I tell them to play the game? Yeah. As a parent, I want my kids to play the game and enjoy it. But as a parent, I'm also have to be their guardian and be aware of what they're doing. If they go into a club, I'm gonna go to the club with them. Right? If they tell them to download the mods, I'm gonna tell my son, no, you're young for that. Right? I don't have a kid, so I'm just saying, like, there's parents out there who, you know, give the games to the kids and leave them alone. We were kids, okay? We know what it was when we were 13 years old playing video games like Grand Theft Auto, right? Those games we were not supposed to play, right? We still play them. Doesn't matter if mom and dad tell us not to. We still did it. So, even if a parent is going to teach the child, hey, you can play this game, I think the best thing a parent can do, I think what the best thing the community can do is be better informed and tell them, hey, y'all can play the game, but there's going to be 18 plus themes, regardless, that are going to happen. And that's outside the control of Square Enix. Because there's I wouldn't say not because there's not enough moderation, but because it's an online game and people are going to be saying the most rancid things that they can say. This happens in almost every MMO. Nothing new. That's why if you recommend this to a child, as a parent, you need to tell them the dangers. And not only that, as a community, we need to tell the people, hey, if you're going to bring your child here, this is what you need to be watching out for, and they need to be prepared for. And I just saw Larry Soar made a video. We're going to check that out in a moment. So I'll see you guys in a bit.